We have a track record that speaks for thousands of years.
This is more of a family gathering than a program. The focus is for us to begin to bring forth contributions that each of us have contributed. Everyone here has done something that's greater than just an individual self. So it's very, very important that in addition to having the guests do a presentation and sharing, everybody in here is going to be sharing something. Yes, I know. Your sharing is going to come through the music. I'm clear. It's very important. And it's very important that we listen and we share with an open heart, a very clear mind, so that that energy of the Great Mother and the Great Father stays infinite. I'm not going to pull on your poetry yet. I'm hungry. How poet we have right here.
So if you don't have a knowledge of self, a knowledge of who you are, you have to go back in us as a people to, especially in North America and the Caribbean, because it came out of the Caribbean, out of Barbados, the whole concept of let's make a slave. You familiar with that? Written by Willie Lynch. You familiar with Let's Make a Slave?
The book itself?
Yeah, you've heard about it.
I've heard about it.
Okay, well, Let's Make a Slave was the knowledge system that was used to break us and to divide us so that they could continue to rule us. Right. If you want to control somebody more powerful than yourself, there are methods of doing it. An elephant is much stronger than a human being, much more powerful. Matter of fact, it has maybe even a good memory, a better memory than a human being. But an elephant, with the wisdom and craftiness of a human, can be controlled and trained to be a slave, even in its mighty strength that it has. Okay? So even though we are a strong people, we have been conquered mentally. Okay? And that conquering didn't start just with what we call slavery. The Willie Lynch syndrome was one where they really went into control. They deprogrammed us and programmed us. It's like, we were computers. Right, there you go, you understand the language. And then they put in this whole different chip system. Okay? So all they gotta do now is punch the buttons and we just react. Okay? Or pull the strings, So they're the masters and we the slaves. But that doesn't have to be. Like we said to the people, the young people in the Youth Build program, and please, if you want something to have a little refreshment, please enjoy yourself. The first question I asked the first day of the Youth Build program, the first thing we did at the Youth Build program, we put them in the Olowingo, like
9 minutes, we have ruled the world, and so what you see now is what somebody has taken what we have. And now, and it's only an illusion that they have the power that they have.
That's right.
We can have it anytime we decide we want it, and that's what we're trying to do. Really, it's a decision we need to make. That's what, once we make the decision, our whole world power will change. And you're talking about people selling people? Brother, there is no group of people on this planet who has fallen, who have not had collaborators within that group that helped them. Hitler had Jews bankroll him to kill the Jews. And he had other other Jews who were able to rat out Jews who had changed their names and identities. But are Jewish people saying, oh, the Jews betrayed each other? No! There were a few collaborators. And so you don't condemn all Jewish people over a few collaborators. So you don't condemn all African people over a few African collaborators. You can't name a group of people on the planet who has lost a battle when there were collaborators that probably were right there that helped the enemy. So now do we judge the people by the collaborators? What you need to do is read on who the collaborators were so that you know how to make sure that doesn't happen again. You know, I want to give them a homework assignment. Study the human immune system. Study your body. Study the human immune system. When a germ enters your body, you think they have a democracy? I think that's a good germ. No, I think it's a bad one. Let's have a vote. Red T cells over here. But no! Study the human immune system. It will let you know what you need to do to get your community together, your organization together, your nation together. And that's what Kara and the people here are proposing. The immune system doesn't say, oh, well, I think all the germs are really good people. We should be one. No.
First of all, I'll touch that because martial arts actually changed my life. I believe probably at your age. How old are you?
17.
Oh, 17. Okay, 9th grade. When did you start? Last year. I started in the 9th grade in Taekwondo, and now I'm practicing Father Mfundishi and Kumagan and Gumi. But when I saw this young brother, I know the gaze, and it is so refreshing, and I see it in our children here who have something in him, and you gave me so much strength just by watching you. And I don't think the young people know how much of a healing they are to us when you all come forth like that. And after we've actually visited with some young men in the correction center just a couple of days ago, and you know, for them to see a young man like this and our young people like this, it can change just the look, like you don't talk but you just show. And I have so much respect. So that journey was my first healing. I didn't know it was a healing for me, but it kept me disciplined. My school, I was more focused because I went to practice. I was more organized. My body was conditioned. And I said, when I have children, that's what I would want for them. And I had so much respect because my sensei was from the old school. So they taught you respect for one another. I mean, you know, so I don't care where I go, it's in me. I brought it with me, and then I found out it was a part of my culture, you know? And so that is such a healing. So most people may not understand it. They may look at, you know, at me, but it's a true blessing. And I want to just share with you how everything that is around us is actually medicine. And it just may not be in the form like most people think, that a healing comes through the masseuse and then the priestess and all of, but anything that empowers our spirit and our will is actually a healing for us. And what I want to do is share with you the 7 senses and how the 7 senses, if we just look at ourselves as a universe, how we're actually a part of our own healing. That we don't have to maybe wait to go to school and learn how to be a doctor, learn how to be a priest or a sensei. You know, we can start right where we are. And it used to be that way, did it not? That we grew up, and especially being on the island, you are so blessed, you may not know this. You're closer to a healing than most of us are.
We know that.
And you do know that.